What is up, YouTube and We're back with another fantastic edition of OCG Thursday. And this one's going to be spreading off a little bit more love to Guardragons. And it's never until you kind of sit here and look at a majority of, the Guardragons, you're like, oh shit, quick launch, special summon a dragon, like, a dragon. There's a lot going on here. I guess on the back burner than I guess a lot of us kind of initially thought with Guardragons. Now, I also know that with Instant Fusion coming around the corner, or with Guardragons coming around the corner, Instant Fusion for Dark Fire Dragon is going to be something that a lot of people are probably going to give a chance to, because instant fusioning out Dark Fire Dragon and then automatically, rotating it into the next Guardragon that you need is pretty good, actually. But I don't know how many people are actually going to want to try that variant or things like that. But basically, producing all the Guardragons, using their effects, extending, it's kind of what this deck looks to do. So, let's dig on into this bad boy. So we have two Rocket. Pretty, you kind of got to remember, you got limited choices what you can actually use for the dragons for this. So, two Anesthetic Rocket, two copies of Ash Blossom, one copy of Auto Rocket. Then, of course, we have one Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, one copy of Crusadia Draco. I guess understanding that, like, you can extend with this guy because he just has to be able to swap summon to a zone that a Link monster points to. You're basically just kind of playing all the good dragons. Of course, two copies of Destrudo. Remember, the OCG does have Needle Fiber, and we don't. Also, Dragon. So, I mean, pretty cute. And now, of course, two copies of Jet Synchron. In the grand scheme of things, when we're climbing Link ladders and producing Boral Sword Dragons, things like that, these are going to be helpful for that. One copy of Magna Rocket. And, of course, the thing that we all love about the OCG is Triple Max C. I know. One copy of Metal Rocket, one copy of Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon. Now, of course, the Rocket Synchron. So when this card is a normal summon, you can target one level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense mode, but negate its effects and destroy it during the end phase. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for dark monsters. So, look at all these darks. Except for, our friend here, but that's okay. Oh, and this guy too. Everybody else is essentially dark. For all intents and purposes, it's all we really care about. Now, we also have one copy of Shell Rocket, one copy of Supreme King Darkworm, one copy of Tempest. Someday the TCG will eventually get Tempest back, and we'll be able to fully abuse this. We have triple copies of Wyvern Buster, one copy of Galaxy Serpent, and then, of course, triple copies of Called by the Grave, one copy of Dragon Ravine, two copy of Dragon Shrine, one Foolish Rail, triple copies of Guardragon of World Legacy. When you activate this card, you can target one level 4 lower dragon monster in your graveyard. If you did, either add it to your hand or special summon it. And once per turn, you can target one dragon monster you control, move that monster you control to another of your main monster zones. So, enjoy your free movement. Of course, one Harpy's Feather Duster, one Monster Reborn, one Avarice, triple copies of Quick Launch for those extenders, and then, of course, one Twin Twister. The extra deck is missing a card. It only had 14 in it, but we have one Triple Burst Dragon, one Pisty, one Link Kariba, one copy of Hermetic Seal of the Celestial Spheres, one copy of Elpe, one copy of Romulus, one Needle Fiber, two Boral Swords, one Boral Ode, copy of Agapane, one copy of the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, one Crystal Wing, and one Boral Savage Dragon, wrapping up this list. I gotta give it to Guardragons, so, like, of all of the decks out there right now, this one looks probably the most interesting to me. Moving on along, we got a hot ritual mess here, and this is literally the definition of what the fuck am I looking at? Starring every good ritual monster that you could probably put into a deck. First time I saw this, I laughed, but I wanted to cover it because it's fucking funny. So we have triple copies of Cyber Dragon, one copy of Diabolsis, one copy of Plasman, one copy of Djinn, triple copies of Phantasme, enjoy your draw power. And then, of course, we're just packing in all of the incantations. Triple Bookstore, triple Candle, triple Pencil Plume, and, of course, triple Talismander. All of these are going to be filtering for what you need for this deck, which is resources. And, of course, we have triple copies of Manju, normal summon, search for anything you want, and triple copies of Maxi. I guess we're playing one Zalborg the Mega Monarch. And then, of course, we have one of the Amorphection Paint, two Blue Eyes Chaos Max, one copy of Demise, one copy of Incantation Chalice Slime, one copy of the Creator, one copy of Lord of the Red, two copies of Necros of Brionic, one Colossus, one Trishula, one Unicorn, one Valk, and two Revendread Slayer. What the hell is going on here? Spells, we have one Contract with the Abyss, triple copies of the Incantation Celebrated Birth, one copy of Necros Cycle, one Kaleidoscope, one Mirror, triple copies of Pot of Indulgence, triple copies of Preparation Rites, one Revendread Ritual, one Revendread Origin, and two Super Poly. The extra deck down here, we have one copy of World Regalia Demigear, one copy of Orcust Dingrisu, one copy of Pain Gainer, one The Seven Sins, one Felgrando, triple copies of the card we're going to ditch and search, one copy of Starving Venom, one copy of Violet Chimera, and then, of course, one Mudragon, triple Ints, and one copy of Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. The side deck here, one Pringatops, one Feather Duster, two Twin Twister, triple Evenly Matched, triple Impermanence, triple There Can Only Be One, and two Witch's Strike. You're probably looking at this and you're like, what the heck is going on here? Just remember, this deck had success at one event, even if it was locally. Like, I'll give credit where credit is due in the OCG, because I love fucking hilarious things like this. This is what we've come to know and love in the game, and it's just mashing together dumbass ideas that actually work. So, I mean, we've got enough generic ritual support at this point in time that, like, yeah, these guys were a huge upgrade to the game. And, I mean, 2018 was a good year for rituals, but it's only at this point that we can start playing dumb shit deck again, and I fucking love it. Now, moving on along, last deck for the day is Orcust. Now, Orcust did get Orchestrated Climax. So it's when a spell and trap card or monster effect is activated while you control an Orcust Link monster. Negate that activation if you do, banish this card from your graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add to your hand one of your Dark Machine monsters that is banished or in your deck. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except for Dark Machine monsters. Then, of course, you can only use the effect of one Orchestrated Climax per turn, and only once per turn. So, they gave our friends a means to access those banished from play cards. And, of course, they just got another main deck Nightmare card, literally Orchestrated Nightmare herself. Cannot be destroyed by battle or with a Link monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard and then target one face-up monster on the field. Now, special monster this turn except for Dark monsters. Also send one Dark Machine from your deck to the graveyard except for Orchestrated Nightmare. And if you do, that target gains attack equal to the sent monster's level times 100. So, you know, this engine that likes to special summon these guys, yep, you get full access to dump off. So this is just more or less a toolbox deck, but let's dig on into it. So we have, of course, triple copies of Armageddon Knight. Hee hee, I wish we had those. Two copies of Ash Blossom. Hee hee, wish we had three. Oh wait, we do. Two copies of Dark Gruffer. Triple copies of Malicious. This is honestly the thing that makes this deck go around, and it's kind of crazy good. One copy of Distrudo. One copy of Jet Synchron. Triple copies of Corruptor Ibly. Triple copies of Maxi. Two copies of Sambal Skeleton. Triple copies of the Orcust Harp Horror. And then, of course, triple Orchestrated Nightmare. Two copies of Silent Boots. And, of course, the World Legacy Wand itself. Now, suppose we have triple copies of Called by the Grave. One Orchestrated Babel. One Rhoda. One copy of the Phantom Knights of Rank Up Magic. Of course, two copies of Infinite Permanence. One Orchestrated Climax. And two Fogblade. The extra deck, we have one copy of Rusty Burge. One copy of Langrisu. Of course, Link Karibo, Unicorn, Phoenix, two copies of Mermaid, two copies of Galatea, one copy of Needle Fiber, one Boral Sword, one copy of King of All Calamities, free rank up off of Shirgatsu here, and one Dingrisu, one Wonder Magician, and one Boral Savage Dragon. Wrapping up this OCG Thursday. Honestly, I'm kind of curious to see how the TCG is going to handle this deck, what kind of variants we're going to take with this, because literally it took two cards, literally Climax and Dingrisu down here, to literally change the entire functionality of this deck, and it made it better on so many levels. Now, also as a side note, remember tomorrow is in fact Market Watch, Tuesdays and Fridays, and then of course Thursdays are OCG Thursdays, 3 segments I always guarantee on this channel. as well. If you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them on this video, and I will read them. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.